I thought I was live for for a couple of minutes not there. Let me know if you can hear me and see me. I don't. Okay. For a couple of minutes not there. Let me know where you're all writing from. Let me know where you're all writing from. I've been waiting for this live for a while now, and I've been talking about it. I've been like building up this entire excitement over the entire month, I believe. So I'm very happy to be here. We're going to do a different live than what I usually do. Because today is like a masterclass. It's not only to digest and hear information, but actual tools that you can use for your life. I'm very excited right now. I'm just going to wait a little bit so more people can join in. Let me know where you're all tuning in from. I'm welcoming a couple of people told me that they were going to join, and so I am very excited to like share this knowledge with you. Um, but I also know that people will watch the recording, so you know it's very fun to do it live because we can ask questions and we can talk about the knowledge, and maybe you're feeling met when I speak about this subject. First of all, I want to share with you where everything started. And this started when I was only this started about almost 6 years ago. I was in the type of scenario. I was living alone. I had been living alone for a long time. Um, I loved my independence. I had built a very successful, I would say, swimwear business. And I would consider myself, my entire identity had been built on being this overachiever, being this type of woman who would make stuff happen. And I started asking deep questions. I started asking things that were very crucial for me at that point in my life. So, when did that start? When I began asking, what type of woman attracts her a conscious partner? In the beginning, I was thinking about my introduction and I wanted to say, how does a woman attract a successful partner? Because that's also very important for me. But a successful man can also be unconscious. And that's not something that I wanted to attract. So it began with this knowing, with this question of like, what woman do I need to become? So meanwhile, I was, doing all of this work, transformation, this personal growth, and I began rotational dating. Meanwhile, from the outside, everything in my life was going great. There was something missing. And I wanted to just make a complete change for myself, not only attract my divine partner, my who I now call a fiance, but also do something that my soul was brought to this world to do. So that I had to do a lot of inner work. So that's why we're here, because I noticed the the connection between our emotions, our thoughts, and our actions, and how all of these are interlaced. Many people, what will we be covering? Many people believe that emotions is the enemy. People also do not know consciously that thoughts are running us. And we're also going to cover what it means to move in alignment. Um, I would love to know for the ones that are here with me, I would love to know what's the one pattern in your life that you keep repeating. Or if you're watching, and this recording, I would love for you to comment. What's the one pattern in your life that you keep repeating? That might be you might be attracting um, not aligned partners, toxic partners, maybe um, a job that you no longer want to do. Maybe you continue to say that you're going to eat healthy or eat better, and then you don't follow through. Let me know. I can't really see the chat. I'm trying to. Let me know in the chat if you're feeling called to share. I would love to know. Emotions. Most of us, okay, yeah. Most of us were taught directly or indirectly that strong emotions are the problem, that being too emotional is a weakness. Instead, I'd like you to be curious about what it is that you're feeling. Okay? Why? Because let me tell you, one second. Let me tell you that I've been there. You are either suppressing an emotion or reacting towards an emotion. What does suppressing an emotion mean? You're either pushing through your life, not noticing how you feel, and at the end of the day, when you suppress an emotion, this type of people tend to get resentment towards either like everyone around themselves, everyone that's surrounding them, or towards their old life. I mean, essentially, what I often say, whatever you see in me, it's a reflection of you. That is because they are holding so much suppressed emotion that they're like their own body is so resentful towards themselves. That makes sense. But what if you're a reactor? Let me tell you, you can be both. I used to be both. And I'm here not to only shed light, but also I've been most of the stuff that I'm sharing here. Um, what if you react to your emotions? You're acting in automatic pilot. You're not either choosing what to feel, but you're attracting the same things because the loop is going over and over again. You're feeling the same emotions, thinking the same thoughts, and acting in the same way. That's where I come in and share with you that emotions is energy in motion. Your emotions are the most honest signal of your body. It's like almost telling you or knocking from the inside and saying, "Hello, Greta. Like, can you please acknowledge me? Can you please just feel whatever it is that you're feeling? Can you just please feel sadness? Can you please feel happiness?" I don't know. Like, there's uh, there's so much I want to say. Let's take it easy. Um, think about a time when you got completely triggered and you snapped back. You reacted. You said yes. You when you wanted to say no. This reaction happened in less than 3 seconds. Your system ran a program. This program has been running from years, and nobody taught you how to just witness the emotion before it moved you. Let that sink in. Because what I'm saying is that you've been living in automatic pilot until you decide to act differently, until you decide to witness the emotion or think the thoughts. Thoughts. Going into the thoughts is every emotion is holding a story behind it. Underneath every emotion, there's a thought, a belief system, a limiting belief running the show. Here's the thing about your mind that nobody tells you. It's a projector, not a camera. It actively constructs, filters, and colors your experiences based on your memories, your beliefs, and your expectations, essentially projecting your internal state into the world. So, to summarize this, you're basically repeating your past. Why? Because we're meaning making machines. We put meaning to everything that happens to us. And because the human body is wired to conserve energy, we do not, we automate things. That's kind of like how the body works. We automate things. It's like whenever you drive your car and then you zone out and you start thinking about, I don't know, your to-do list for the day or everything that you have to do for your job. And instead of like being consciously driving out of nowhere, when you arrive to your job, you're just like, oh my God, how did I even get there? I don't remember like which route I took. Why? Because it takes the same route every day. You automate things because you're conserving energy, and it's not because you're like broken. It's not because there's something wrong with you. It's because that's how we've been wired. Okay? It doesn't feel like it's a belief. It's like fact. It's a fact. So you probably have, or you probably have heard this thoughts of I'm not too much, I am not enough, all men are the same, I'm bad with money. What happens whenever you integrate these thoughts? You're not consciously thinking, "Oh, I'm not enough." You're just your perception of whatever that means, you just like your actions and your manifestations are just an equal to those beliefs, if that makes sense. So if you think you're not enough, you're probably gonna attract someone who thinks that you're not that, so it reflects that belief. If you think you're bad with money, you're just going to continue either wasting it or either attracting more debt into your life. Why? Because you believe that you're bad with money. These are not facts. this is the projector running an old film. So we have to basically go um, the into the movie and kind of go back into the subconscious mind and bring to the surface all of the beliefs that are stopping us. I'm going to give an example today. I have so many examples that I would love to share. And I'm going to be super, super vulnerable with you. Um, why not, you know? um, and hold on, let me just, yeah. So, yeah, I'm just going to share this. A couple of weeks ago, I was out with my fiance, and he, like, he invited me to Miami because he had work, and he was just like, babe, let's go. I'm going to book a hotel. Um, and then, whatever, like, we were there, we were hanging out, and he told me, hey, babe, we're gonna go out for dinner. Like, let's, like, it was a date. And we're at the date, and out of nowhere, he picks up his phone and he's like on his phone, like, and I get super angry. And like I say something super passive aggressive, and instead of like communicating gently and telling him, hey babe, like just make conversation and not get too caught up on that, I say something super passive aggressive, and he goes, um, like, why are you getting upset? We are here having dinner. I've booked this for us. We're watching the beautiful sunset. We're in Miami. I was so eager to go out in this date, right? Because I've been working so much. Um, and I was so excited. But what did I do? What did my subconscious do? I sabotaged it. I sabotaged. And what happened right then? He called me out. He was like, "Why are you angry? You're angry, and I see that your passive aggressive comment is really something that you need. Like you're telling me that you're." He kind of like, I don't remember the exact words right now, but he called me out on my anger, and he saw that beneath that anger there was sadness. And instead, and I do this type of work that I'm teaching you right now. I do it like in less than 5 minutes or 30 minutes. Instead of, anyway, he called me out. What did I feel? What was the subconscious belief happening? I'm not enough. I'm not being seen. He's with his phone. So what was the story happening right now? Right then. Oh, I'm not being seen. I'm invisible. I'm not here. He doesn't value me. He doesn't love me. Like all of this stuff comes up, right? When you start to look inwards. And I obviously, when I'm telling you and sharing this with you, I don't believe that. But this was my subconscious mind, uh, based on past experiences that I've had, based on my childhood. I was bringing it to the surface. And when he told me, he called me out on my anger. He saw that I was sad. What happened right then? I started tearing up, and I couldn't stop. Why? Because I felt seen. I was just like, Greta, well, you've been doing this for such a long time. Where is this coming from? And let me tell you, even if I'm sharing this with you, it's not from a place that I've done it all. It's from a place that I'm still here, and I'm still human and making mistakes and sharing what I've lived this entire 6 years. In September, 6 years. So what I would love for you to take home today if you decide not to join the container, I would love for you to take the 3 step thought interrupt process. How do you do that? You first notice, oh, hold on, let me share this. You first notice the thought, you question it, and you let it breathe. What happens when you notice the thought? You create distance and you question it, you create a gap. When you question, it's not to for you to create a judgment towards yourself, because when you start doing this work, you're going to unconsciously be judgmental. I mean, I was. But let's not call that in. Just be aware of the thought, what that is running your mind. What is the core? You have to go really, really deep, to kind of figure this out. And that's where I share with you right now. And how do we walk in alignment? Like, how do we do that? What's the difference? Just like I said in the beginning, there's reactive and suppressing emotion. There's also reactive action versus chosen action. That's reactive action is actually when you're just in automatic pilot and you decide that, I'm sorry, you're not deciding right now, you're just in automatic pilot that whatever triggered you, you're either responding to the situation how you've always responded versus chosen and deciding to do something different. When you can create this type of distance by noticing the thought and witnessing the story behind in your subconscious mind, you have to bring it to the surface. You can actually decide something different for yourself. Let me know if this is resonating, because I would love to know if this is resonating for you. This is what nobody tells you. And you can simply understand all of these 3 things, and you can still find yourself stuck, still sabotaging, still doubting, still pulling back right when something good is happening. And it happens to me, but that's the embodiment. That's the part, the push and pull of the identities, where you need to normalize that embodiment. And that's why I built the home within. I built the home within to actually choose and build a life that's actually yours. To build a life that feels actually in alignment with your soul. What is the home within? It's an 8-week life container that I've built, where we talk about, we have an hour or more. I mean, I always like to overgive. So yes, it will be like an out weekly life for 8 weeks. Where we go through emotions, thoughts, and actions, identity, and trust. But what do we do each week? Let me tell you that right now. The first week, we're going to talk about why you keep repeating the same patterns. That's basically the foundation of the identity cycle. The second week, we talk about the art of the pause. When you're able to stop yourself, because it's, I don't want to say it's a lot of work, but you kind of have to become obsessed with it. If you want to make a change for you, this type of work is not for someone who wants a quick change. It's for someone who's willing to turn their life from the inside out. It's to build a foundation so strong within yourself that you know that you're walking in alignment. Um, Week 3 is to notice deeper and to sit with what you've been running away from. Remember in the beginning when I shared that I had created this identity of the overachiever, the the hero, the person who resolved issues. I I didn't know how to be feminine back then. I didn't know any better. I was I would emasculate men. I had to build confidence from within, like a foundation so strong that I wouldn't say nothing shakes me, but a foundation so strong that I know. You simply know. So we will identify what your identity is and what you've been running away from because it's uncomfortable to look inwards. It's vulnerable, it's exposing for some, but we will have this safe space where we can actually talk about it, and women doing the same. Week 4, we will rewire how our mind is a projector and not a camera. Um, how to identify them, interrupt, and stop letting them make your decisions. In week 5, we will rewire deeply and the beliefs that you didn't choose. We're gonna talk about tracing stories about worth, about money, and love. Oh my god. Wait, what happens? Let me just see this. Can you guys still hear me? Okay, sorry. So let me know if you can hear me in the chat. So let me know if you can hear me in the chat. So what we were saying right now is that on week 8, it's the identity death that's been happened to me, and the part that nobody warned you about. It's the embodiment part where we actually, talk about the doubt, the sabotage, the push and pull, and this is where most people quit. This is where we'll go deeper instead. And week 8 is coming home to surrender. Essentially, yeah. And then I'm going to give in, integration practices, and all recordings are included. And this starts tomorrow. I am going to. This starts tomorrow, and the price. This is the only time that this is going to be this low, because it's worth twice as much. And I want to welcome you for all the people who are interested, and also, if you're feeling called, it's because your subconscious is actually telling you that this is the way. I'll wait for you inside, and yeah. All right. Hey guys. Let me know if you guys have any questions. I've actually left the link on I've actually left the link on the description box. If you're interested, do not waste any time because this is the only time that it will be this cheap, and then because it will be twice as much tomorrow. Or, yeah. Thank you so much for watching. If you have any questions, please let me know. I am so excited to start this work. Um, yeah. All right, guys. So if you don't have any questions, I'm gonna go. I'll wait for you inside. This is super exciting for me and also for the people who are, joining. I saw um, many people join, so thank you so much for joining me. I'll see you in the next one, okay? Bye.